Hey auditors! Welcome back to Voicey Tales. Today's story is called Jar of Hearts. This story is taken from an app called Scary Stories. Jar of Hearts is a scary story about a young man who meets a girl that seems to be very religious. Things start to go wrong when they try to arrange to go out on a date. It is supposed to be a true story. My high school teacher told us a scary story that he claimed was true. He said it happened to his good friend who was living in rural Arkansas. One day, the guy was shopping in the supermarket when he bumped into a girl in the checkout line. They started talking and seemed to really hit it off. The girl was very pretty and she had a nice personality. She also seemed to be a religious girl, which was exactly the type of girl the guy was looking for. They exchanged numbers and a few days later, the guy called her. He began to call her every evening and they would have long conversations that lasted deep into the night. She seemed to be the perfect girl and the guy started falling head over heels in love with her. The only strange thing was that she ended every phone conversation with a prayer. Eventually, they decided to go out on a date. The girl called him and told him to come to her house to pick her up on Saturday night. She told him that he had to come at exactly 7:30 p.m. and not a minute later. She said if he was even a minute late, she would break up with him and he would never see her again. The guy was a little shocked by this, but he really liked the girl, so he agreed to be there at sharp 7:30 p.m. However, the guy coached Little League Baseball on Saturdays, and on that particular Saturday he had a big game. He couldn't get anyone to substitute for him. The game was supposed to end at 7 p.m. and the girl didn't live far away. So if he hurried, he would be there in plenty of time. When Saturday arrived, the guy coached the baseball game, but it lasted longer than expected. The guy was getting a little nervous, but he still figured he had plenty of time. When the game ended, he took a quick shower and changed his clothes. He was just about to leave when disaster struck. He found out 3 of the kids' parents hadn't arrived to pick them up. He was going to drop the kids home. Nobody else could do it. The guy flew into a panic. He really didn't want to miss his date with the nice girl. He told the kids to hop into his car and he drove as fast as he could. After quickly dropping off the first 2 kids, he decided that the 3rd kid's house was too far. So he left the kid on the road and begged him to walk home on his own. The guy felt really guilty about it, but he was desperate to get to the girl's house. When he finally arrived at her house, it was almost 8 p.m. He knocked on the front door and a 40-year-old lady answered it. She said she was the girl's mother. She told him that the girl was very angry that he was late and didn't want to see him. The lady ordered him to go away and leave them alone. The guy tried to apologize and reason with her, but the woman just slammed the door on his face. The guy's heart sank. He went home. He felt sad and dejected. A few days later, he was watching the local news when he saw a story about some missing children. A picture of a house flashed up on the TV screen, and it looked familiar. He realized it was the girl's house whom he had once dated. Just then, there was a knock on the door. When he answered it, he found 2 police officers standing on his doorstep. They asked him if he knew the girl, and when he said he did, they told him that they wanted to come inside and ask him some questions. The police informed him that they had arrested the girl he had been trying to date. They also arrested the 40-year-old lady who lived with her. That lady was not her mother. The police further informed him that the lady and the girl were members of some sort of satanic cult. They were engaging in human sacrifice. When they searched their house, the cops found remains of a number of missing children. There was blood all over the walls and body parts stuffed in the refrigerator. In the basement, they found the creepiest thing of all. It was a jar of hearts, labeled with the names of the missing kids. There was also an empty jar beside it. The empty jar also had a name labeled on it. The police told the guy that it was his name which was written on the jar. It turned out that the girl had invited him out on a date because she wanted to lure him to her house. She insisted that he had to get there at 7:30 p.m. because they were going to kill him in a human ritual sacrifice. The ritual apparently had to be executed at a precise timing. The fact that he turned up late was what saved him from being murdered. That was it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Pardon me for the unintentional mistakes. Comment down your experience, hit the like button and make sure you are subscribed to my channel.